Two babies were born on the same night. One went home in a limousine, the other almost didn't make it out alive. It was a stormy night. Rain poured heavily as thunder shook the sky. In a small, crowded hospital room, a poor young woman named Amina cried out in pain as she gave birth. There were no special doctors, no comfort, just struggle. At the same time, in a private, well-equipped ward, a rich woman named Mrs. Bello was surrounded by nurses and machines, receiving the best care money could buy. That night, both women gave birth to baby girls. Just minutes apart, same hospital, same night, same cry. Then suddenly, darkness. The power went out, the hospital fell into chaos. Nurses shouted, babies cried louder. Everyone rushed to regain control. In the confusion, one tired nurse made a mistake, a small mistake that would change two lives forever. One of the babies was taken home into wealth. She was named Lina. She grew up in a beautiful mansion, surrounded by expensive toys, attending the best schools. Everything she needed was always there, but something was missing. Her parents loved her, but they were always busy. Meetings, travel, business. There was always something more important. Lina had everything, except attention. The other baby was taken into poverty. She was named Zara. She grew up in a small, struggling home with her mother, Amina, who was often sick but deeply loving. Zara sold sachet water on the streets to survive. Some days, she went to bed hungry, but every night, her mother smiled at her with warmth. You're all I have, Amina would say softly. Zara had nothing, except love. As the years passed, their lives moved in opposite directions. Lina celebrated birthdays in luxury while Zara watched other children celebrate theirs. Lina wasted food she didn't want, while Zara prayed for just one full meal. Lina ignored her mother's calls, too busy with her own life, while Zara carefully took care of her sick mother every day. Same face, same blood, different words. Sometimes, Lina would stand in front of a mirror and feel something strange. She couldn't explain it. Why do I feel like something is missing? She once whispered. At the same time, Zara once stopped in front of a shop window and stared at her reflection. For a moment, it felt unfamiliar, like she was looking at someone else. 25 years passed. One day, everything changed. Zara rushed into a hospital, holding her unconscious mother, Amina. At the same time, a luxury car stopped at the entrance. Lina stepped out, holding her chest in pain. They both entered the hospital from opposite sides, and for the first time in 25 years, their worlds collided. As they passed each other, something strange happened. They both stopped, turned, and stared. Shock filled their eyes. A doctor nearby noticed them. He looked at Lina, then at Zara. Confusion crossed his face. This isn't possible, he said slowly. Tests were carried out, blood samples were taken. The atmosphere was tense and silent. When the results came back, the doctor's hands trembled. You're not strangers, he said quietly. Then he paused. You are identical twins. An investigation began. Old hospital records were brought out. The night of the storm, the blackout, the mistake, everything started to make sense. They had been switched at birth. Zara broke down in tears. So, my life wasn't supposed to be like this, she cried. Lina stood still, shaking to her core. And mine wasn't earned, she whispered. Soon, both families arrived at the hospital. Zara's mother lay on life support. Lina's rich parents stood across from them. Silence filled the room. Then Mrs. Bello spoke, her voice firm and cold. We raised our daughter, she said. We are not giving her up. Zara's heart broke. Lina felt torn inside. Days later, Lina made a decision. She went to find Zara. This time, she wore simple clothes. No makeup, no luxury. She sat beside her quietly. We can't change the past, Lina said softly, but we can choose what happens next. She reached out and held Zara's hand. In the end, Lina gave up her inheritance and chose to share everything equally with her sister, but not everyone agreed with her decision. In the final moment, the two sisters walked side by side, once separated by wealth and poverty, now united as equals. Same blood doesn't make a family, choice does.